Marvel Phase 4 has been saved, and it has come with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Ryan Coogler has come down from the heavens and scooped up the Marvel Cinematic Universe and has carried it to its next phase. Thank the stars for that man, because this is the first film in a long time that has truly felt like a Marvel film. And I have nothing but good to say for it. And I just want to, before this spoiler-free review starts, go see the movie. Don't even just go see the movie, because it is worth the I think it was 2 hours and 40-minute runtime, hands down. It's not as good as Endgame. I'll go there, but it felt like a successor, or at least it felt the way Marvel films felt moving into the final Endgame and Infinity War films. So very happy with it overall. Performances, hands down, everyone carried their role. Even some of the newcomers, Riri Williams' character, she was very good in it too. And it felt right, and it didn't feel forced. There wasn't any forced kind of narrative. The story flow was basic yet complicated, and it did address all those things that we were waiting for them to address, especially with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and where the future of the Black Panther character goes from here. We do see it addresses it right away, right from the start, as we've seen in the trailers. There is a funeral, and they do address what happens to Chadwick and T'Challa. And then they also leave the door open throughout the movie for a future for that character as well, which I love that they did. And we know that Shuri takes up the mantle, of course, because we've seen it from the trailers. I mean, I guess it's not for sure, but we know it's Shuri. And she did a wonderful job of portraying a sister who has lost someone important, a king, a brother, family, and then also has the weight of what that loss puts on her shoulders in the role of Wakanda and the royalty, the bloodline there. The Queen, hands down, Angela Bassett should be probably at least receiving some nominations for this performance. She was so powerful in her anger and her loss and her struggle throughout the film. And each scene she was in, she just commanded that attention. And I was just blown away. And she is jacked. Like, she is looking freaking jacked in her, armbands and such. She is a queen not to be messed with. That is for sure. And of course, Namor comes in. We have a new actor that we, haven't seen much from, Mr. Huerta, Tenoch, I believe is his name, Tenoch Huerta. And he does a phenomenal job too. You really feel that dread when that character's there, that power and what he can do as the first mutant of the MCU. And we do hear the word mutant in this film. I know that's a little bit of a spoiler, but I know everyone knows where that's going. But the word is actually uttered in this film, and I was like, but we have our first mutant on screen that has been officially given the title of a mutant, and that comes in Namor in this film. So hands down, definitely how they addressed Chadwick Boseman's passing and the character's passing, how they address that, and how they set it up going forward with who takes the role and how that is accomplished, and how they deal with this new nation that has now come into power, or at least come into view of society or the world. Because Wakanda itself is a new nation to most of the world. The world didn't know about Wakanda for a long period of time, and it's also addressed in this film, how they're dealing with that and how they're dealing with, sharing resources and obviously wanting the vibranium that Wakanda is a resource of. And they tackle that dynamic as well, and they do it really well. And the focus is definitely on where we go from here, and how that character progression of Shuri and the Queen and Namor, and how his backstory has led him to come forward, and the interaction between those two cultures, coming together, colliding, as we've seen in the trailers. It's really done beautifully, and the fight scenes and special effects. At the very beginning, there was one scene. It was very fast, and I was a little, I was kind of, okay, this might be a little bit too quick, hard to, kind of keep track of. And as the film went on, it was just that one scene. So it was a lot of close quarter combat, and that tends to get fast, but the effects were done beautifully. You could tell nothing was rushed. They spared no expense on this film, and I think it was one of the most expensive films that they've done recently. So you can really tell by the quality of the film. They knew that they had to step up with this one, and they knew that they had to make sure that everything was on point. Story was on point. The acting and the emotion was on point. And then, of course, the effects and the CGI and everything coming together to bring together a wonderful, full, enveloped Marvel film that had, you know, emotion, action, suspense. And then, like I said, with these new characters that are being introduced, they got their time in the sun and spotlight, but they didn't overshadow the true storyline of the film. And that is, you know, what is the Black Panther and how does that character move on from such loss and destruction. So guys, if you haven't seen this film, I am hands down telling you, go watch it. I'd love to get more in depth of this film, get in more depth with some of the questions that it has left at the end, and I'll be doing some videos in the future about those, especially with the Ironheart character. If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you have seen the movie, let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite part? Let's keep it spoiler free, but you know, let me know what you're excited about going forward with Phase 5 now starting soon with Ant-Man and Quantumania. And of course, nerds, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Hit that button, hit the bell. That will notify you when new content is posted. And we'll see you on the next one. Why do I flick the camera? We'll see you on the next one.